I love Tesla. I have said it on this channel 100 times. But if you are buying a Model Y in 2026 without at least test driving these 5 electric vehicles first, you are leaving money, range, and in one case, an entire third row of seats on the table. And I think Tesla knows it. Number 1, the Chevrolet Equinox EV. This is the one that should make Tesla fans sweat. The Equinox EV starts at $35,100. The base Model Y starts at $41,630. That is over $6,000 less for a Chevy that gets 319 miles of range on a single charge. The base Model Y gets 321 miles. So you are paying $6,000 extra for 2 more miles of range. I want you to sit with that number for a second. But here's where Chevy actually embarrasses Tesla. That 17.7-inch center screen on the Equinox EV is the largest display in the entire compact electric vehicle class. It runs Google built-in, which means you get Google Maps baked right into the dash, Google Assistant for voice commands, and the whole Google Play Store for apps. Meanwhile, the Model Y still does not support Apple CarPlay or Android Auto in 2026. I did a whole video on Tesla's software decisions last year, and the comment section turned into an absolute battleground. So I know this is a nerve, but the fact remains. Now I will be fair. The Equinox EV is not fast. The single motor version hits 60 miles per hour in about 7.8 seconds. A base Model Y will gap it at every stoplight. If you need that instant punch off the line, the Chevy is not your car. But here is what the Equinox does have. One pedal driving that actually works well. Regenerative braking you can adjust on the fly. You also get automatic emergency braking, blind spot monitoring, and lane keep assist on every single version. No upgrade package needed. And if you step up to the dual motor version, you get 300 horsepower and a 0 to 60 miles per hour time, around 5.8 seconds, which suddenly makes the performance gap a whole lot smaller. If speed is not the reason you wake up in the morning and you want to spend $35,000 on an EV with over 300 miles of real-world range and a cabin layout that actually makes sense without a tutorial video, the Equinox is sitting right there. Chevy is selling a ton of them, and I think it is the best value in the electric vehicle market right now. Full stop. So, the Equinox beats the Model Y on price and screen size. But there is one thing it does not beat the Tesla on, and that is charging speed. This next vehicle does. Number 2, the Kia EV6. If fast charging is the reason you went Tesla, the EV6 is about to wreck that entire argument. Kia built this on an 800-volt architecture. In plain terms, that means you can plug into a 350 kilowatt fast charger and go from 10% to 80% in 18 minutes. I have personally sat at Tesla superchargers for 35 to 40 minutes waiting on a Model Y. The EV6 cuts that time almost in half, and the range is neck and neck. The long-range single-motor EV6 gets up to 319 miles per charge. The base Model Y gets 321 miles, 2 miles apart, but the Kia fills up in nearly half the time. On a road trip with kids screaming in the back seat, that difference between 18 minutes and 40 minutes is not a spec sheet number. That is your sanity. But here is the part that I think Tesla fans really need to hear. Kia gives you a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain and battery warranty. Tesla gives you 4 years on the basic coverage and 8 years on the battery. So the EV6 matches the Model Y on range, charges nearly twice as fast, and then Kia stands behind it for a full decade. I personally think the warranty is the single biggest reason to pick a Kia over a Tesla right now. And it does not get enough attention. The EV6 also has physical climate controls, volume knobs, and seat adjustment buttons. You are not swiping through a touchscreen menu to change the temperature on a January morning. That specific complaint comes up in my comment section every single week from Model Y owners, so I know it is not just me being stubborn about buttons. And if you want performance, Kia did not hold back. The EV6 GT puts out 641 horsepower from dual motors. That is a compact crossover hitting 60 miles per hour in about 3.3 seconds, same as a Model Y performance. But the Kia does it while giving you a 10-year warranty and a charging stop that lasts half as long. I had someone at my shop tell me the EV6 GT is the best kept secret in the performance EV world, and I am starting to agree with them. The EV6 and the Equinox are both fighting in the Model Y's weight class. Same general size, same general price range. But what if that entire class is too small for what you actually need? Because the next vehicle on this list makes the Model Y look like a golf cart. Number 3. The Rivian R1S. The R1S does not compete with the Model Y. It plays a completely different sport. This is a 3-row, 7-passenger electric vehicle with up to 410 miles of range on the max battery pack. It tows 7,700 pounds, and it has up to 15 inches of ground clearance on the adjustable air suspension. Go ahead and try any of that in a Model Y. A buddy of mine bought an R1S last year and asked me to help him set it up for an off-road trip out to Moab, Utah. We installed a roof rack and some recovery gear in his garage, and when I sat in that cabin and started poking around, I am going to be straight with you. The interior materials and the build quality made the Model Y feel like an economy rental. Rivian uses premium, soft-touch materials everywhere. The seats are comfortable for hours, and the front trunk alone gives you over 11 cubic feet of storage. The price is a different conversation. The R1S Dual starts at about $77,000. The quad motor with the max battery pushes past $125,000. This is absolutely not a budget play. But here's what you need to understand about the R1S lineup. The dual motor with the standard battery starts under $80,000, gets about 270 miles of range, and still tows 7,700 pounds. You do not have to buy the most expensive version to get the core experience. And even at $77,000, you are getting 3 rows, real off-road capability, and over-the-air updates that keep adding features long after you drive off the lot. If you have been thinking about an EV that can tow a boat, seat your whole family with actual leg room, and handle a dirt trail without bottoming out, there is nothing in Tesla's entire lineup that answers the call. The Model X starts at almost $90,000, cannot go off-road, tows less, and those Falcon Wing rear doors. I love the concept, but I have seen enough of them malfunction to know they are a repair bill in disguise. The R1S is what an electric vehicle looks like when someone builds it for people who actually use their vehicle on the weekend. I think Tesla should be worried about Rivian. I really do. Now, speaking of things Tesla should worry about, this next vehicle just pulled off a pricing move so aggressive that it actually costs less today than it did when the federal tax credit was still around. Number 4. The Hyundai ioniq 5. When the $7,500 federal electric vehicle tax credit disappeared, a lot of buyers froze. Hyundai's response was to slash the 2026 ioniq 5 price by up to $9,800. Read that again. The tax credit was $7,500. Hyundai cut the sticker by more than that. So the ioniq 5 is cheaper right now without any credit than it was last year with the full incentive applied. The base model starts at $35,000. That is $6,600 less than a base Model Y. The long-range version delivers up to 318 miles of range. It uses the same 800-volt platform as the EV6. so charging from 10 to 80% takes about 20 minutes. US News ranked it the #1 compact electric crossover for 2026. That ranking is earned. I drove a limited dual-motor ioniq 5 last fall. I took it on a loop through the back roads near my shop, and the ride quality caught me off guard. It is smooth and it is quiet. The cabin has a retro-futuristic design that somehow avoids feeling gimmicky. The flat floor, the reclining rear seats, the massive legroom in back. It all feels like somebody actually lived with this vehicle before they designed it. Tesla's interior feels like a tech demo by comparison, and I say that as someone who respects what Tesla has done. One feature I want to call out specifically, the ioniq 5 has something called vehicle to load. You can plug a regular appliance into the car and run it off the battery, a power tool at a job site, a mini fridge at a tailgate, a laptop when the power goes out. Tesla does not offer anything like this on the Model Y. It sounds like a gimmick until you use it once, and then you wonder why every electric vehicle does not do this. If you have been watching this channel for a while, you know I do not throw praise around without meaning it. Go ahead and hit subscribe so you do not miss what we have coming next. Some big comparisons are on the way. Now, the last vehicle on this list fills a gap that Tesla refuses to acknowledge even exists. A full-size, 3-row, proper family electric vehicle at a price that does not require a second mortgage. Number 5. The Kia EV9. The EV9 is a full-size, 3-row electric vehicle that seats up to 7 people. Kia builds it at their plant in West Point, Georgia, so depending on when you buy, you might still be able to grab some tax savings on this one. The base model starts around $56,000. The long-range single-motor version gets up to 305 miles of range, and with the dual-motor setup, you can tow 5,000 pounds. Now let me put this in context. Tesla recently added a 7-seat option to the Model Y, but those 2 extra seats in back are for small children. The third row in the EV9 has over 32 inches of legroom. Actual adults can sit there for actual road trips without folding themselves in half. That is not a toy third row bolted in as a marketing checkbox. I spent time in an EV9 GT line a few months ago, and the thing that surprised me was the silence inside the cabin. Kia used sound-absorbing glass and serious insulation, and at highway speed, you almost forget you are in a vehicle that weighs close to 6,000 pounds. The dual 12.3-inch curved display setup is clean and modern, and unlike Tesla, you get wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Your phone works with the car. What a concept! Kia also offers an optional relaxation package for the second row. The captain's chairs extend into lounge seats with power-adjustable leg rests, so while you are sitting at a fast charger for 20 minutes, your passengers are basically in a recliner. Try doing that in a Model Y back seat. You will need a chiropractor afterward. And you already heard me go off about Kia's warranty on the EV6 earlier. Same deal here. 10 years and 100,000 miles on the vehicle that hauls your family around every single day. That matters. I am going to say something that might get me yelled at in the comments, and I do not care. I think the EV9 is the single best family electric vehicle you can buy in America right now. Better than anything Tesla currently sells for moving a family around. The Model X costs $30,000 more and does not ride as well. The Model Y is too small for families with 3 kids and a dog. The EV9 sits in that sweet spot where you get real space, real range, and a real warranty without crossing into 6 figures. Look, I am not sitting here telling you to dump your Model Y tomorrow. It is still a solid vehicle. Tesla's supercharger network is still the best in the country. I am not pretending otherwise, but 2026 is not 2022 anymore. The days of the Model Y being the only smart choice in this class are done. You have vehicles that cost less, charge faster, carry more people, and come backed by warranties that make Tesla's coverage look thin. I did a video recently on 7 used Tesla models that are actually better than buying brand new. One of them cost half the price of a new Model Y and holds up better over time than people expect. If you are thinking about going electric and want to stretch your dollar even further, that video is the next